Yo! Video games.
Alright, so here we go, guys. We're beginning the Chris campaign of Resident Evil.
Wide?
Go, Simmons. Yeah, we can change it in-game, too.
What the fuck?
They added a third option.
They had an easy one.
They added a super easy peasy one. I started on
Steve,
I started
you
on
really
the top.
suck.
Damn.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
I'll do this because I'm on Chris.
So Chris's knife is actually good. Like, Jill's knife sucks. So press down. There you go.
Interesting.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Old Chris,
BSAA.
ye old Chris looks pretty funny, like in the game now. When you have
see,
BSAA Chris.
Go back to it.
What? That's
Hey,
Yeah.
my name's Chris.
Hey, guys.
My name's Chris. My name's Chris. My name's Chris.
Alright, let's do this.
All right, that's good. It's
Sexy
definitely,
Chris.
it's definitely something different than what we're used to, so I'm okay with that.
Sexy Chris.
Christoph Sturson. Dubstep Dog! Thank you so much, dude. Welcome, sir. Chris can't punch boulders yet. He didn't learn that skill.
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City.
Corporate douche! Thank you so much, Le Douche. I appreciate it.
10 people. Victims were apparently eaten.
A10.
The Bravo team was sent in to investigate.
So what? Which light we turn off?
We lost contact.
I'm gonna... Here, let me take care of it. You just watch.
Okay, watch it. Alright, here.
Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict.
Getting creepy.
Save for the remaining
can't see.
body of Kevin. We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare.
Look at her. Look at her eyes. She looks dead already.
I'm scared.
Big W's and thank you so much, dude.
Bit W. Okay, I'm not gonna say who was that guy, but we know.
Joseph Forrest.
You didn't make it.
No, he did not.
You did not make it.
Random guy.
So, Steve hasn't actually played the
GameCube.
the remake version of Resident Evil that came out on GameCube.
Yeah.
What you don't remember is burning bodies. What you don't remember is Crimson Heads. The zombies you kill in this version of the game can come back to life if they don't get decapitated or burned.
Evil Within.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same guy who made it. But they made... This game was made... Oh, Jesus. Oh, my fuck! Juice delicious Skittles put in 100...
Crazy mofo.
100 giant fucks.
Skittles.
100 fucks. Thank you so
Skittles.
much, Juice Skittles. Jesus Christ. God damn, thank you, dude. As I was saying, Steve. Dubstep Dog, the re-whooping. Thank you, dude. Thank you, Dubstep. The zombies you kill unless they're decapitated or burned can come back as insane fucking running zombies
What the?
that chase you, and they actually have a greater chance of going through some doors.
Oh, okay.
This game, get ready. This is Resident Evil, probably like you don't remember it from PlayStation days.
Alright, so they switched it up.
They switched this shit up.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna give you better controls, they gotta give you tougher enemies. That's just the bottom line.
Well, back when it came out, it did not have the analog control scheme.
Oh.
The new one, which this is like, well, the last one came out 12 years ago, so it was not in HD.
Yeah.
This
Is
shit
everyone all right?
is good looking.
Yeah.
Barry. Where's Barry?
He's...
Jeez.
No. What was that?
I'll go and check it out.
All right. Jill and I will stay and secure this area.
I'll just go back to my lab. I mean, stay here.
That's right, Chris goes and does everything alone.
Take care.
Like a mad brosef.
Yeah.
Juice, Skittles, and Fox, thank you guys so much.
So as far as story, they didn't really switch it up. They didn't change it.
There is some changes. There are some changes.
Oh, okay, so there's some changes.
It's all redubbed as well. Albert Wesker put in $5 as well. I actually wonder if that's Mike. I'm actually kind of curious if that's Mike. I think I say we should play Winnie the Pooh with the same lighting.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh in the dark.
Because that game is scary.
Yeah, right.
It's L. L is to aim.
So you have to get used to it. You could change it, but
It's LR.
Yeah, LR.
Yeah. I mean, I never played the GameCube version at all.
For a knife, it's weird.
$5 from somewhere to send items. Actually, I've been working on a PO box, dude. But thank you very much. We had one, and then the place went out of business.
Nice.
Kind of sucked. You can get a PO box near our post office, but it's like $60 every 2 months.
Yeah.
It's expensive, but we could do that.
B is like RE4.
I got my Jill way of playing on the Jill playthrough. That's for sure. Punch all the rocks.
Yeah, that's better.
Punch all the rooks.
That's better. He doesn't have a gun.
Not yet. So we usually played before when we played this on the channel, which we actually played. Holy fuck, 2 years ago now on YoVideogames. We played the Jill campaign, and I'm playing through the Jill campaign again because I did not play it too much. I think Simmons did.
Oh, old school part.
I usually play as Jill. Just because she has more pockets.
Yeah, so you got more space. Chris's knife is better though.
Well, she can like open stuff with her keys, right?
Yeah, she gets the lockpick.
Yeah, lockpick.
Chris is just buff.
Yeah, I'm buff.
Which like made no difference because you hardly ever use the knife.
Yeah, if you could help
It's true.
it.
Yeah.
It's true. Most of the time the knife isn't that great.
Yeah. The only time I'd use the knife was like I pushed the statue in front of the zombie. It was just like knife. Knife.
And you're gonna go back and all these fuckers took off. They all went to McDonald's without you. You assholes.
Hey, holes.
How good did it look on the GameCube?
Not this good.
Not this good, but
But
it was
good.
It was just, it looked good. These are assets actually from the GameCube.
Ha!
Like this, the backgrounds are just like slightly touched up from the GameCube version. The character model you're seeing here is upgraded, of course.
Yeah, totally new.
But yeah, believe it or not, the GameCube version was rather good looking.
Ha!
Oh yeah.
But it was just low resolution because it was a 12-year-old system.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I mean, okay, so let's go down memory lane of everybody, like of all the systems that we've all used to.
Which you actually own?
Yeah, like I went from.
Do us a favor, Simmons. Before you do that, show people the alternate mode. So go to display. I played through this halfway through my playthrough. Display.
Oops, sorry.
Go to original. And you're going to see there's actually more detail in this one because it's not zoomed in.
Yeah.
So this is what the GameCube version actually looked like.
Oh wow, it looks pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's in 1080p, so it looks way better now.
Ah.
But this is the aspect ratio of the GameCube version, proper 4:3, because
Yeah.
there was no HD TVs back then, really.
They were just for
There's not many wide
rappers
screens.
and
They're just for rappers and kings.
yeah.
Commando Joe, thank you so much, Joe. So
I mean, it looks great.
So how they pull this off into 16:9, Simmons, if you want to just stop right there and then go to display and turn it back, you'll see what they do. The camera just pushes in. It literally cuts off, and that's what you normally do to
And that's where you get those weird, like, scrolling bits.
And then
it
you see how the
scrolls
camera-
ever so slightly.
I see.
It's smart. It does work, but I kind of like it in 4:3 in old mode
Yeah,
because
so you have to worry
there's
about-
more detail.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah.
actually get to see a little bit more of what's going on. Sometimes there's zombies down here and you can't fucking see them.
Yeah.
But you can in 4:3.
So I hate to say it, but is that laziness or is
No,
that
that's actually way more effort to actually make it a proper 16:9. I mean, yeah, it is. I guess it's kind of lazy because this is just a remaster.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
a remaster of the remake of Resident Evil.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you were saying, you had which consoles?
Oh, okay, so let's start it off. I went from Nintendo to Super Nintendo to Nintendo 64, and then I went from there to PlayStation 1.
PS1, yeah.
Yeah, PlayStation 2, then PS3, and Xbox 360.
And then henceforth, like where we are
where
now.
we're at right now. So, how about you? Like, where did you go from? Like, what was your?
First one was definitely NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, and then a Genesis,
Don't need that right now.
and then a Sega Saturn.
You're one of those. Okay.
Yeah, I was a Sega Saturn guy.
Yeah.
And then after the Sega Saturn, I got a PlayStation somewhere down the line.
Okay.
And around that same time I had a Saturn, I actually got a Super NES.
What the heck?
After, yeah, I did not own a SNES for quite a long time, I'm pretty sure.
Because you were a Genesis guy. That's the thing. You were a Sega guy.
I was a Sega kid.
Yeah.
And then like Dreamcast and.
Yep.
Mind you, I purchased all these systems with my own fucking money.
Yeah.
Outside of the Is that a zombie?
Yeah.
Outside of the Nintendo, the basic NES.
I think after my N64, everything was just on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and N64 is the same thing. Like, way down the line, I got an N64 for Killer Instinct Gold. Or, like, I kind of borrowed them. I don't think I ever owned an N64.
Well, borrowing is okay. I mean, as long as you have, like, regular gameplay on it with your friends
Yeah,
or something.
so all that N64 multiplayer revolution, I was around it, but I never owned it.
Yeah.
You know what? I had my Saturn, and I was very happy with playing my arcade games.
N64 was the first one that had the 4 ports, right?
Yeah, no, it was. It was the first one.
And that's when everybody was like, oh, party games.
Some fucking old one might have done some crazy 4-port bullshit, but
Yeah,
Dreamcast was the first 4-port system I had.
Yeah.
PlayStation had to have multi-taps, you know.
Yeah, I mean, which is funny because they could have just easily have done the 4 ports in the system, but they still just like, no, 2 players.
They literally released a multi-tap for PS2 just so you can fucking play like Madden with like a bunch of your friends, you know,
crazy
way
shit like
back
that.
in the
And I
day.
remember I had one, and then I switched to Slim PS2.
NBA Street and shit like that, dude.
Yep.
NBA Ballers and NFL Blitz and stuff like that. All right, so then and then like what after Dreamcast, you were just like
After Dreamcast, kind of follows suit. Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3.
Chris has a lighter. You don't have to carry a lighter with Chris.
Oh shit, that's nice. For burning bodies. Actually,
kerosene.
GameCube was somewhere in between there too. I got a GameCube. Oh, actually, fuck, I forgot. I got Xbox, GameCube.
oh.
666 from Zato Kenshi! Thank you so much, Zato. We appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I got a GameCube and Xbox in between that time. Fuck. Eat it. So there's that. You get secondary weapons. You can shoot at me.
In the mirror, that's cool.
So someone gave me a very useful strat that I started utilizing. The more rapidly you fire your gun, the less accurate it is to get headshots. And headshots are just a percentage. It's just like a percentage of you actually shooting them in the head. It's not really aiming
you have to, like,
a lot of the
you have
time.
to point it up for a little bit.
Yeah,
And
unless
then
you
kinda tilt
point
it.
up and they're right in front of your ass, then
Yeah,
that's a headshot. But you're actually from distance aiming at motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You can actually get headshots and get a kill by the head exploding if you slow down when you shoot.
Yeah.
And you actually get time in between each shot to like reset.
I
so.
usually tilt it, like I tilt it up just slightly up because you know how the character, like you point it up and then the character will just drop it.
Yep,
If
exactly.
you let it in the middle and you fire, it usually gets a pretty good headshot. So I kind of like doing that. Simmons,
What?
what was your council your council lifespan? What did you start off with? Like what did you go from?
Thank you so much, Cross.
First one I ever owned was an NES.
I think a lot of us are the same.
I think everybody.
We're all NES kids.
Yeah.
NES. I mean, the first video game I ever played was an Atari 2600.
Mr. Same Explains. Welcome, dude.
Wow, Atari, man.
But
I've never touched
That was the first console I ever played. Was that? and
Oh,
then,
okay, I know what you're saying.
was Atari, but first one I ever owned was an NES, and then a Super NES. And after Super NES, I had to buy everything on my own.
Yeah.
So I saved up a lot of money for a year, and I bought a Sega Nomad.
Handheld Genesis.
Yeah.
That bullshit.
And then,
It was like a.
It wasn't bullshit. It was amazing because you could plug it into the TV.
But it had like no power.
Oh.
And like it ran out of power like super fast if
Yeah,
you didn't have it.
but it's just like it's basically a Genesis
Yeah.
you could carry around with you, and it had a second controller port on the bottom of it.
Were the graphics good?
And this
This
Genesis.
is the same thing.
This is a small screen.
So I saved up for a year and bought that, and then I saved up for a year and bought an N64 after that. And then I think about a PlayStation halfway through or near the end of the N64's life because there were so many games piling up on the PlayStation that it was just kind of like my brother got a PlayStation,
You
but
played his.
yeah, well, kind of. My brother's kind of a stingy person, so
Fuck those mine.
When we're talking PlayStations, we mean the old PSXs and not PS1s.
Yeah, not PS1.
Not
PlayStation.
PS1s. PSX.
Yeah.
so I
Investigate that book. Look at the book.
Examine.
It's a book of curses. Look at the back of the book.
oh, there it is.
Sword key.
My sword.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get a SNES. I played Street Fighter a lot at like friends' houses, and I my first Street Fighter game was Championship Edition on
Snap.
Genesis.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, they called Championship Edition something different. Actually, no, it was Street Fighter 2 Turbo on SNES.
Yeah.
And then they called it. Was it Championship Edition on SNES as well?
No, there was Turbo. Street Fighter 2, Turbo, and then Super.
Yeah. So that's the reason. Yeah, Championship Edition was a Genesis only
Yeah.
version of the game. That's the one I had.
Yeah. Okay.
And I fucked up my hands bad, dude. I remember actually getting a physical blister from learning how to do Hadoukens. Like that shit happened on the old Genesis pad, man. It was rough.
That's why I need to play.
The old
SNES,
Genesis pad
man.
sucks so much because you had to press start to alternate between kicks and punches.
Yeah, I just use kicks all the time.
But like the Nomad
buttons on
has
it?
a 6-button layout.
Yeah.
So when you play
Oh.
Street Fighter on the Nomad, you had like a full fucking setup.
I don't even remember how the fuck I even played that game on Genesis if I didn't have punches. I think I just threw. And I was the moment in my brain that I registered that, holy crap, to do a Shoryuken, you just press forward and then do a fireball. Oh my god! Instead of doing this horribly complicated Z motion with my thumb, I was like, holy
Where was the
shit.
dog
You reached an
collar?
epiphany, like holy shit.
Yeah. What's that?
Max, where was the dog collar?
Dog collar, you have to get the dog whistle in Jill's campaign. You have to go out on the balcony in the topmost east side, I believe.
Where was the whistle though?
I wish I don't know with Chris.
Where'd you get it with Jill? I think it's the same place.
I'm trying to think back. It happened pretty fast.